The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Thursday, the third day of July 2025. Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House Lindos, People's Pharmacy, and big thank you to HSBC Bermuda for ensuring that we're able to pump through the radio airwaves on Hot 107.5 with these important community conversations. I'm Jamal Hartman, she's Mia Chambray, and we'll have a news break from Maya Palacio a bit later. Mia.
Hey, morning, everybody.
How are you feeling?
Oh my gosh, I feel good. So for just an update to everybody, I obviously ran for Hamilton Councillor to represent the business section. And unfortunately, I lost this race, my very first race. So, I
like that. You said your very first. That means there's going to be more, folks. That means there's going to be more.
Maybe. I decided on the day that the day that you could actually go in and put yourself forward. I decided on that day I was going to do it and had 3 weeks. And so the people that came out to support me and vote for me, I thought it was a very good showing. And I honestly have had so many messages, calls, stopping me in the street. Like I've had a serious outpouring. Like it's been crazy. People call me at the shop. It's been awesome. So yeah, it's been a real learning curve. And I have to say, Jamal, for anybody who hasn't experienced this, they pull you in the room and they have the box with the votes and they lock the doors and they start pulling the votes. Honestly, it is not for the faint of heart. I thought, gosh, if I could get through this, I could do anything.
No. I could imagine. Honestly, I could imagine. As I said to you privately, I don't have the stomach. I don't have the, not just, and I know me. So I commend you for putting your name out there first time at it. And congratulations to Mr. Branco. It wasn't his first time, it was his first time winning. So it wasn't his first time. And it seems like, running in that space, you have to go a couple times for people to get to know you. So I know we'll be back with it. But happy Thursday to everyone. I think real quickly, greetings to everyone and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today as we welcome Stacey-Lee Williams on from Curb. We're going to be discussing the upcoming Emancipation discussion and vendors event. The Daily Play is a Name That Place. All right, Name That Place. Very fun as always. But folks, don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Suzanne Ingham says, super awesome Thursday, Jamal and Mia. I missed you, Mia. Welcome back, Mia. Your hair looks so nice.
Thank you.
So Michelle White says, congratulations on your experience with running for council. Keep pushing forward and work with Michael, getting your thoughts forward. Absolutely. This is not the end. Trust me, we won't let it be the end for Mia. She's someone like her they need in there. A voice that brings more than just how can I put it nicely? She's not a rebel without a cause. Trust me.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Be very clear. Real quickly, for those who don't watch it, I mean, football's it's a game. It's part of a sport. But very sad news to wake up this morning to one of Liverpool football club's players tragically passing. Portuguese international Diogo Jota. Diogo Jota passed away with his brother, who was Andre Silva, who was also a football player. Yesterday or this morning in Spain, at least it was reported this morning in northern Spain. So very sad to hear that. just celebrated Liverpool's 20th title, and then went on to win with Portugal in the Nations Cup last month, and got married just 3 weeks ago, apparently. Leaves a wife and 3 children. So very, very sad news. And I tell people, it's so much bigger than a game and a sport. That's how we know them. But to so many others, they are so much more. So just sad, tragic news. Also, I'm going to give, I forgot to say, happy birthday to my sister, Leroya. She had a birthday. I can't remember how old she goes, because I forget how old I am. But yeah, she's late 30s. She's something like that. And but also Bella the dog. Bella had a birthday. Her and my sister share a birthday. So Bella turned 11 yesterday. Yeah. Not like Bella can communicate with it. Well, you probably can, but you get my point. Anyway, let's jump into it. A lot's going on, Mia. A lot's going on. And I'll just give people some context for this morning's conversation. Government acting unethically on Southlands, and that's from the Royal Gazette. That's one title. And this is so many letters. And honestly, folks, this is Mia's area. So I'm just going to share a bit and let her take it away, because I'm going to be honest with you. Like, people just come, oh, you don't speak much about finances and this and that. I speak on what I know. One of the things I don't do, if I'm not well versed in it, I'm not going to go deep on it. Speak about what I have read and understand. But that said, a letter to the editor says, dear sir, the Bermuda National Trust, Bermuda, is it Audubon Society and Bermuda Environmental Sustainability Task Force are deeply concerned about the proposed cafe and car park development outlined for Southlands Park. While investment in Bermuda's public spaces is essential and a small car park for Southlands in this location is appropriate, this particular application represents a troubling example of overdevelopment, inadequate planning, and disregard for public input. Before any new planning application is approved for Southlands, especially one of this scale, the Bermuda government must fulfill its legal and ethical obligation to present a comprehensive management plan for the entire park. This is not a minor administrative detail. It is a clear requirement of the National Parks Act, which demands cohesive long-term planning for all designated national parks. Piecemeal applications undermine public trust and the very foundation of public governance in Bermuda. Well, I'm going to stop there because there was another letter to the editor, right? And this was from Delvin Bean, the owner of Lost in the Triangle, the restaurant, seafood restaurant that replaced the Swizzle Inn in Warwick. He says, dear sir, is the editor a sir? But anyway,
yes.
Dear sir, the following is a letterhand delivered to the Department of Planning objecting to the Southlands National Park proposal. I'm writing to you as owner of Lost in the Triangle restaurant at 87 South Road in Warwick, formerly the Swizzle Inn. I'm aware of the planning application recently posted to highly develop the Southlands Park with a proposed 120-seat restaurant in addition to 51 car parking spaces, 76 bike parking spaces, and as well as 9 minibus/taxi parking bays. As a Bermudian entrepreneur, I have invested over $200,000 to renovate and open my restaurant that serves the local community, hotel, guest houses, and Airbnb guests, tourists, as well as many cruise ship passengers who stop in to enjoy the best locally caught fish available. I work 7 days a week and put my heart and soul into developing this restaurant. He just goes on to speak about the numerous restaurants in the area and how the proposed 120-seat restaurant in Southlands is excessive in keeping with the national park and simply not needed. I have my own concerns. The question of the morning this morning is, what are your thoughts on the government's plans at Southlands? But also, do you believe government should develop open spaces like Southlands? I'm going to take it away before Mia goes into this. I don't think anyone looks at this quite like me. I'm not even looking at the environmental piece because I don't quite understand it. I just know Bermuda doesn't really have any open spaces, right?
Right.
But does anyone else not realize the government loves to compete with local entrepreneurs? Seriously, like whether it's mailboxes and the mail thing, right?
Yeah.
That's competition. This would be competition, open a restaurant, right? Like, there's other things they've done, but they never seem to mess with the IB sector.
Never.
Like, what is it with this government where they always seem to want to compete with the people who legit are everyday, like entrepreneurs are everyday working people. They're not billionaires and millionaires necessarily.
Definitely not.
So why is it so like why is the government of Bermuda so focused on competing with the mom and pop, the entrepreneur, the retailer, the restaurant, the real estate, but they won't open Bermuda Re and compete in that space? Why? Ask yourself that. But Mia, take it away. And audience, if you have any questions or comments, please send them through. This is your daily discussion brought to you by our friends at Titan Express and Secure Trucking.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you, Jamal, I said, Jamal, we need to talk about this this morning. You know, it's been an ongoing discussion. Obviously, all of the environmental working groups here in Bermuda are very, very much against this development. And for many different reasons. You know, the park holds very, a lot of cultural significance. It also holds very special species that grow nowhere else in the world. It's really important for, the flora, the fauna, the animals that live there. And then for, the Bermudians that enjoy a peaceful walk in the park, taking their dogs, taking their children. I go there as a family. Just even the rubber trees themselves, they have such an iconic space both in our hearts. And then of course, you can't say social media, everybody does their pregnancy photos there, their marriage photos there. It's a really relevant, important space in so many different ways, both environmentally, ecologically, and socially and culturally for us Southlands in so many different ways. And I think there is, obviously there are dilapidated buildings on the property, and they are an eyesore, and they already are there. So why not, Jamal, develop maybe one of the cottages and give it to a Bermudian entrepreneur as an opportunity to have a little cafe? Nobody's saying I think leave it alone entirely. But if you want to have maybe a little bit of a cafe feel, that might be nice. Maybe do that. Or we have a problem with housing. So maybe develop the cottages that are already on the property. Mm-hmm. And then allow people to either rent them or turn them into little cafes. But just paving paradise and putting up a parking lot is disgusting. And I don't agree with it on any level. And I will actually tie myself to a tree. I'm not playing. This is not a joke. And nobody is for this. They keep bringing it up over and over and over again. And there was commitment to keeping Southlands about a decade ago. There was commitment by the Bermuda government to actually leave it as a public park. And that just keeps getting backtracked on over and over again. So why this obsession with Southlands and tearing it up when we have other developments that have just fallen to the wayside? Morgan's Point, for example. Why not go after developments that already have currently existed and or are just being left to kind of decay? Why tear up really important virgin land that means so much to all of us? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, indeed. That's good information. And what are your thoughts, audience? And also, audience, if you don't want to make your response public, yes, you can go to the QR code. Let me take that down. You can scan the QR code. Let us know, do you believe the government should develop open spaces like Southlands? And if you can't get the QR code, we'll share the link as well. So here's the link in the comments. You can share your opinion, and we don't know who it is. So if you don't, maybe because of your job or your position, or you just would rather your opinion be private, if you're watching on stream, you can scan the QR code, or you can click the link that's in the comments on Facebook, YouTube, and the website. For those listening on radio, sorry, you can listen, but
you can and carry these conversations on when you get to work or with your family. It's really important. We all need to be having these conversations. You can also write letters to the editor. And then also, Jamal, I actually did this last night. You can actually oppose this through the Bermuda government. You can actually oppose this planning application. It's very difficult, by the way, just so you know. It's a really difficult process.
Well, Well, let's go to the audience. What are your thoughts on the government's Southlands plans, audience? Well, Suzanne Ingham says, leave the open spaces alone. I am against them touching them, the open spaces. So she wants you to leave them alone, government. We've got Kenton Trott says, and when you try to compete with them and offer an alternative, they try to get you shut down. Ask me how I know. She goes on to say, we've developed so many places. We have so many places, other places that can be developed. Yeah. We've got, Karen Simmons said that the QR code goes to the question on, sorry, we just fixed it. The QR code should go to the new question. Sorry, folks. We'll put it back up. Our apologies, error. That's the QR code, and you can click the link to answer privately. Sorry, folks. Sorry, but it's fixed now. But Mia, you mentioned things that many people we don't. It's like we don't consider a lot of stuff until it impacts us directly, right? So we don't miss the tree until it's no longer there for shade. You get me?
100%. Yeah.
How do we change that mindset? Like, it's a mindset thing. Like, I don't think. If you ask a group of people right now about Southlands, just a random group.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like. Why shouldn't they develop?
Right.
Or it would probably be like, oh, I don't know much about it.
Right. So
how do we like change that mindset? Like, how do we educate them, like, to get them to actually feel like this impacts them?
Yeah. So it's interesting. I have these conversations all the time, and about so many different facets of just the Bermudian community. And I think we've really lost, or maybe lost is not the right word, but storytelling. So like I said to you before, Jamal, so sometimes with environmentalists, I think we can get really on the drum and just really start banging a lot. And everyone's like, then you just start tuning people out. Like, I don't really, that doesn't resonate with me. But if you say to somebody who may or may not ever enjoy the park, remember when you did your pregnancy shoot there, and now you're going to walk your baby there, and then they're going to bring, and then you're going to get a dog tag to your family, and then you're going to walk with your 10-year-old, you and your dog, and then one day, like for me, I have a little boy, so one day your son will have a baby, and they will walk in the same park, and they'll take the same pictures that you did. It's all about really. No pun intended, but it's family roots, it's Bermudian roots, and it's creating the storytelling around why all of these things are so important. And if it's as simple as that, and reaching people through social media and Instagram, I mean, that is a very clear and easy influenceable way of doing that with people. And I think we are so, like, sometimes you're just going to work and people are just trying to make money and survive. But I really believe that if you do a level of storytelling that really touches people's hearts and they understand why, it'll allow them to understand. Just really simple and easy. Yeah.
Well, Kathy Dell here Ming says, let nature be nature.
Amen.
Charles H. Jeffs II, he says, help me understand, is the government proposing that they develop this land, or is there a developer looking to develop it? If a developer, who is the developer? Well, Charles, based on what I just read here, the planning application stated that on behalf of the Parks Department and the government, the aim was to improve Southlands, which was designated as an amenity park in 2017 under the National Parks Act. Now, based on that, it seems like it will be them developing it, possibly with a developer. But I think the whole point is, from an environmentalist perspective, why develop that open space? From a business perspective, whether they're the developer or not, they're allowing development to compete against other local business. So you're literally competing against the local business. So either way, they're part of the development that can crush, if that makes sense.
Completely. And then why not align yourself with other entrepreneurs, Bermudian entrepreneurs? There's so many people doing so many great things. And Jamal, if you cast the net even wider, and I'm not all about like outsourcing experts, don't get me wrong. We've had enough of that. And anyway, what we can do is there's so many beautiful environmental spaces where nature and humans, which we are a huge part of. I mean, we're nature too, but you can build things around trees. You can actually make it experiential without ever having to knock or cut down a tree, without ever having to do any damage. So if you do want to actually develop this and make it a space for people to enjoy outside of walking, or just tree bathing, etc., or going for a swim down at the beach, there are so many different ways now. We have the technology to be able to make this an environmental space without just bringing in bulldozers and throwing down cement. There's so many innovative, interesting, wonderful ways we could actually develop this space to make it an environmental fantasy land.
Mm.
Well, and there's a brain here to do it. There are people here that could do it. I know them.
Well, we've got some responses for the survey, and again, I appreciate people who are open to filling it out on using the link and QR code, who may not want to be so much public, but 100% have said they don't believe government should develop open spaces like Southland. So not one person has said, yes, they should at this point. Michelle White says, what, removing the parkland? No, disagree. We will eventually become a concrete jungle. Why open space? We have plenty of derelict property, probably by design. Disgusting. That area was my playground. Okay.
I agree.
Charles H. Jefferson II says, I can't say this enough. Government should not be in the development business. And to Charles' credit, he's been singing that song for as long as I've heard him speak. Honestly, he's been consistent with that. And I don't want to be disrespectful, because someone put something the other day on Twitter X about something the government done regarding retail and air conditioners, and I said credit where credit's due. Props to the premier, but with thanks and gratitude also comes constructive criticism.
Mm-hmm.
And whether it's the cost of living summers or things like this, sometimes as a government, it's, the government are human beings. They're made up of humans just like us. And the fascinating thing about humans is we make mistakes sometimes. We don't have it all together. Absolutely. And we all need to kind of humble ourselves to understand that we don't have it all together, right? So, there's that. All right, folks, this is your daily discussion brought to you by our friends at Titan Express and Secure Trucking. We're going to take, we've got the news break that we have to do. And then don't forget, we've got a very special guest, Stacey-Lee Williams, coming up from Curb. We're going to be talking about their upcoming event with Sankofa that I hope that all of you can attend. Emancipation Conversations. They've got a vendors market. You want to make sure you're part of it. But let's give some thanks to Titan Express and Secure Trucking for ensuring that we can have these conversations with you. In the meantime, whatever platform you're on, please give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Make sure you share the conversation with your friends, your family, and your colleagues.
The Daily Discussion is brought to you by Titan Express and Secure. Visit TitanEXBDA.com, your leading tour and transport provider specializing in Black History tours throughout the island. And SecureBDA.com for all your property management, waste management, residential, and commercial trucking needs. Professional, punctual, and reliable service is our commitment to you.
All righty. Well, we're going to do the news break with Maya, and after that, we'll take a break. Then we'll come back with our guest for the day. Folks, again, if you've just tuned in, you're rocking with us on stream, please give us a like, love, follow, share the conversation with your friends, your family, and your colleagues. Here's Maya Palacio with your Daily Hour News Break.
Good morning, good morning. This is your Daily Hour News Break brought to you by the good people at People's Pharmacy. People's is more than a pharmacy, is where Bermudians shop for self-care, gifts, and good energy. In your news this morning, the Bermuda Housing Corporation's waiting list has decreased from 452 to about 350 people. On July 2nd, the government officially opened Harmony Terrace East, the third phase of the Harmony Club campus redevelopment.
This redevelopment involved transforming 14 former hotel suites into 12 residential units. This project is part of a larger vision for the total redevelopment of Harmony Club campus.
When asked by reporters if Bermuda needs a minimum of 2,500 homes to accommodate a population of 70,000, the Premier and Deputy responded with the following.
I'm not going to engage in guesswork. Minister, do you wish to respond?
The only thing I would say to that is that this government, we have one goal, and that's to build as many affordable homes to rent and affordable homes to buy as quickly as we possibly can.
They say the issue when it comes to housing is that they want the private sector to be delivering more homes and the government to be doing the same. They say both have invested to this issue.
And the government recognizes the point of which you made here is that it's taken a year to renovate and to deliver these particular units. But private sector rental items can happen quicker, as these are things that need minor modifications so they can meet the standards so that person can do that. The minister has indicated that there are 24 persons that are already signed up for those. Those are units that we're going to be able to turn over.
And in your sports-related news, Performance Pathways, which was founded by Olympian Jenny Smatt with the purpose to provide funding for national-level adolescents, has officially been granted its charity status.
And what we're trying to do is ensure that funds are not a barrier to the training, access to training and development that allows them to reach their highest potential.
And audience, closing up, don't forget there is a CCTV town hall meeting that will take place tonight, Thursday, July 3rd at 6 p.m. at the St. Paul AME Hall in Hamilton. Residents will get a full update on Bermuda's newly upgraded island-wide CCTV system, now fully operational with 225 cameras across 130 locations and growing. The panel will include National Security Minister Michael Weeks, Police Commissioner Darren Simons, and the Privacy Commissioner Alexander White, who will address how the network supports public safety, protects privacy, and helps law enforcement. Minister Weeks says this is a chance for residents to ask questions directly and be a part of an open dialogue. And as for your weather today, it's looking generally fine. Increased clouds and a chance of a shower at night. And we got a high of 79 degrees. And that's your Daily Hour news break. Back to the studio.
All right. Thanks for that, Maya. All right. Mia, you got some days of the year for us?
I do. Today is, it's really tied in with today's topic, but today is International Plastic Free Day. International Plastic Free Day. Well. Jamal, what swaps do you make to make your life more plastic free?
So Mia, don't throw anything at me. All right. So folks, you all know me. I said it on this show when I first started doing it about 3-4 years ago. So I actually got the reusable bags to go grocery shopping.
Good.
Right?
Yeah.
But Mia, every time I go grocery shopping, I forget to take them.
Oh, no. Why are they in your car?
I was just going to say what I'm going to do today because Mia already told me what I'm going to do just now. I'm going to take all of my reusable bags and I'm going to put them in my car. I just think I didn't keep them in my car because I was just like, oh, that looks like junk. But you know what? It's better to look like junk in my car than to litter the earth with plastics that are not helpful to our environment. So,
amen.
Folks, that's the part I'm going to do. Honestly, I was very conscious of it when I got my reusable bags. Like, I legit thought about it when I went grocery shopping on Sunday. I was like, you did it again. You did it again. And
yeah.
And because and what really annoys me in the US, I don't know if it's like this in Bermuda, but what really annoys the life out of me in the US when I go grocery shopping is the amount of plastic bags they use. Like in Bermuda, they used to stack the brown bags, right? And you take them out. Here, they'll put like 2 items in a plastic bag and then no.
Oh, no. Well, it's like that here. And also, people, just so you know, you do not have to put your fruit and vegetables in those stupid little plastic bags that you pull over your head. Please don't do that. Vegetables and fruit come with their own skin. I have a little bag, just a regular old reusable canvas one. And I use that and I just put my fruit and vegetables in there. And then when I go to the checkout, I just give them the bag and they run it through and they put it back in the same bag. So
just give you all some advice for free. Because I don't use the plastic, but that's just me being lazy, not doing it. I would just pick up my produce and put it in my basket. That's just me being lazy. But now my laziness was actually helpful for the environment.
Absolutely. Do not use them. You don't need them. You don't need to interact with them. Like I said, vegetables and fruit come with their own protection. Okay?
Yeah. You heard it here first, folks. You heard it. But also, Mia, real quickly,
Yes.
I just saw this.
Yes.
It's air. So everyone's been complaining about the heat, right? Like it's hot, it's that. I just read that it's Air Conditioning Appreciation Day.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that was a thing. So if you know me,
Yes.
I don't like paying into the system, whether it's winter and people won't put on the heat or whatnot. So my air conditioner, I said last week that I think it was the governor of Texas told everyone, if you want to keep your bills respectful, have your AC at 78. Well, I have mine at 76, right? Pretty much you're wrong. Because I'm not like paying I just got a bill about $113. Like my bill's supposed to be $50, $60. So I'm protesting right now. I turn it off sometimes.
Okay.
Because I'm protesting. I don't need that. And can you please tell everyone that if you use it all the time, it's not good for the environment. Like say something to make me feel less cheap.
I mean,
okay, never mind. Cheap. We're gonna take a break, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. I was trying to feel less cheap, folks, but
yeah, no, it's okay. There's ways to make your air conditioning more environmental, and we had, obviously, BAC on talking all about how you.
See what she just did, folks.
Yeah.
You better get around BAC, get one of those eco-friendly ACs so you can keep cool.
That's right.
Do it. It's Air Conditioning Appreciation Day. No better way than to celebrate and appreciate it than going around BAC group and find out how they can keep you cool this summer. That was smooth what you did. Let's take this break. We'll be back with Stacey-Lee Williams. Very exciting event coming up, folks. Get your money ready. They have a vendor's market too. Stick with us.
Let's face it, life can be a little wild, but shopping doesn't have to be. I choose People's, so that whether it's a prescription that needs to be filled, a toy for my little terror, or a gift for a new addition to the family, we'll see about that. Everything's available in one convenient location. Some call it People's. I call it my one-stop shop in the city. People's, we're here for you.
Welcome to the new bulk store, Lindo's Next Level. Wake up in the morning with enough coffee to keep you running throughout the entire day. Your pet at home deserves the best. Stock up on dog food to keep your puppy happy. Need a quick tasty lunch at home? Your chicken nuggets will be jumping right out of the freezer. What's a movie night without popcorn? You can never have too much. Lindo's Next Level. Why go anyplace else?
Hi there, welcome to Medical House. We're located at number 6 Bakery Lane. I can't wait to show you all of the great stuff that we carry. Come on inside, let's see. Long days, long shifts, you no longer have to endure comfortable underwear. Designed by nurses, we now offer premium undergarments by Swoop that are unique, fun, comfortable, and functional. The only underwear you'll ever want to wear. Who says high-quality functional products can't be stylish and comfortable at the same time?
See it all at our new expanded location on Bakery Lane.
96 degrees, real hot, oh yes.
Summer's heating up, but your home, it can chill. BAC is turning down the heat with 20% off Carrier X-Power Mini Split AC units. They're sleek, whisper quiet, and smart, thanks to energy-saving inverter technology. New install, upgrade, doesn't matter. Just don't miss out. For a limited time, get 20% off when you pay with cash, credit, or debit.
96 degrees, real hot.
Swing by BAC on Mill Creek Road today.
Bermuda holidays are a time when we celebrate our community, traditions, and the beauty of Bermuda. HSBC is deeply rooted in the community and proud once again to be the lead sponsor of Cup Match. Somerset! St. George's!
St. George's!
Whether you're heading east to watch Cup Match in person or spending time camping, boating, swimming, or simply relaxing, no matter which team you choose, Cup Match is one of the most spectacular and energizing events, bringing the entire island together in celebration of Emancipation Day and Mary Prince Day. Wishing all of Bermuda a happy cup match from HSBC, and may the best team win.
Somerset, St. George's.
HSBC, opening up a world of opportunity.
Discover Drop It, your go-to grocery delivery. Browse and select from a wide range of groceries, from fresh produce to daily essentials. Our friendly drivers deliver fresh groceries to your door fast, saving you time and hassle. With Drop It, you get fresh groceries delivered fast so you can focus on what really matters. Drop It, freshness at your doorstep, delivered to your door with Lindo's. Why go anyplace else?
Alrighty, welcome back to the Big Show. Me, Shembre. I'm Jamel Hartman. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House, Lindo's, People's Pharmacy, and a big thanks to HSBC Bermuda for ensuring that we are able to pump through the radio airwaves on Hot 107.5 with these most important community conversations. Folks, if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Hey, do us a favor. It costs you nothing. Just a finger. Just take your finger. Your thumb, your index, whatever finger you choose. Facebook, like it, love it. LinkedIn, like it, love it. YouTube, like it, love it. Twitter, X, and Instagram. I don't know what to do, but help us beat the algorithm. Share the conversation with your friends, your family, colleagues, because these conversations with the person that's about to come on, Stacey-Lee Williams, are so important in our small community. So please give a warm TDH welcome to the Executive Director of Curb Bermuda, Stacey-Lee Williams. Calm down. You've seen her before. Act like you know people.
Everyone.
Morning, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for your patience. I've got to ask you, I'm going to put you on the spot, so, forgive me, but are you like me? Are you like me? Do you forget your reusable bags in the house?
I absolutely do, unfortunately. When you said it, it's like I have so many reusable bags. I even bought some just for the grocery shopping.
See, you can relate.
Once I get them inside the house, I forget to put them back in the car. And even like yesterday, I went to the grocery shop. They said, "Do you have any bags?" I said, "They're in the car." They said, "You want to go get them?" And I said, "Nah, just I am bad."
See, Lee, we got to work on that.
Do recycle at home, though.
Well, that's good. That
is good.
You know what? Honestly, I feel like whenever I go shopping now, I'm gonna be like, Mia's looking at me, looking around. So because I know it's like when you know better, but it's a habit changing thing. So I'm grateful that we do have the reusable bags and that we can do that. But thanks again for doing this with us, Stacey. Before we get into the conversation, just for those who may not know, hopefully everyone does, but just to give people a bit of background on what CURB is and what you do with CURB.
So CURB stands for Citizens Uprooting Racism Bermuda, and we've been in existence for, I would say, around 20 years now. And so we work, not only do we work to dismantle racism in Bermuda, but we also have a restorative lens on building community and building relationship. So that is our solution base to combating racism.
Indeed. Thank you for that. And thanks for the work that CURB does. You have an event coming up. Just tell us a bit about the Emancipation. And we've had the ad running on this show, actually, the Emancipation Edition. What inspired this event and why is it important for Bermuda right now?
So Rashida Godwin of Sankofa, she's the one that invited CURB to collaborate with her this year. And so we are grateful for that. However, CURB does champion awareness of our emancipation every July, throughout the month of July, where we have lunch and learns. We have at City Hall the day before Emancipation Day. We're there to bring about awareness and commemoration of our emancipation, but also like this evening, we have an invitation only event to an emancipation launch event as well. But Rashida is the one that has been really planning this Emancipation Edition in collaboration with CURB. And we are so glad to collaborate with her on this because it's the same cause.
And I just want to say, those who aren't familiar, Rashida Godman is Titan Express. They do the Mary Prince tours, and we are grateful that for the collaboration that she continues to put herself in our community to ensure that people have access to the conversations, the history that truthfully many of us did not have in school coming up in Bermuda. So thank you for that. Go ahead, Nisa.
Good morning, Stacey-Lee. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good morning. So the flyer mentions short, dynamic conversations on history, culture, and community. What kind of voices and topics can attendees expect to hear that?
All right, so there will be short, like 10, 15-minute presentations. The first one will be Decolonizing Language with Rashida herself. And that talk will share how the use of language has evolved over the years concerning emancipation, colonization, and enslavement. And then we'll have Beyond Likability, Racial Ideology, Self-Actualization, and Black Masculinity with Rajai Denbrook. That should be a very interesting talk. Then we have the History of Emancipation with Cordell Riley, and everybody knows who he is. Then it's Let's Talk Reparations, and that's with CURB's president, Hashim Aswick. We have been having reparations focus groups for just over a year now. And then Why Do We Need to Heal? And this is an extension of our Truth and Reconciliation Community Conversation Talks, and that will be with Lynn Winfield.
Nice.
Wow, that sounds like a star-studded lineup.
Yes.
That sounds amazing. I'm definitely going to come.
That's great.
Yeah, definitely. CURB is known for challenging systems and sparking dialogue. How do you think events like this help to move these conversations out of boardrooms and into our community?
Well, I think you mentioned it earlier, Mia, where you mentioned storytelling. Mm-hmm. Storytelling is where transformation happens because people are telling their truth and it's more factual. And so through our community conversations that CURB often facilitates, we find that people are more likely to, once participating in our conversations, they're more likely to have empathy and understand and want to build community and to try to bring more equity within our community.
I agree completely. And I think, storytelling, collaboration, and, CURB is collaborating with Sankofa Bermuda and the African Bermudian Dispersion Cultural Tour for the evening. What does that partnership bring to the energy and focus of the night?
Positive vibes.
Mm-hmm.
But it shows that it's not only CURB out here doing this work, right? That we all need to be doing it. We all need to be educating the public on the past. This is with Sankofa. This collaboration is with Sankofa, and Sankofa is let's look at our past to inform our future. Mm-hmm. And so that will be the theme of that evening. I will be hosting the evening, and so you'll learn little tidbits about what Sankofa does and what CURB does if you come to this event.
Nice. Audience, if you have any questions or comments for Stacey, please send your comments and questions through. We'll get through any. I just want to ask the audience real quickly, did anyone know about this event prior? Did you hear about it? Excuse me, did you read about it? Just let us know. One of my favorite parts about this event, I'm going to be very honest with you, I absolutely love the education information and that star-studded lineup. Got some people I really love to listen to, people, trusted voices in our community who have made it a point to learn themselves. But there's a vendor's market.
Yes.
I can't wait for that. Hopefully I'll be a part of it. But can you just share a bit about the vendor's market?
Okay.
Who some of the vendors might be?
So this is a vendor's market with a difference. They're mainly helping services, right? Mm-hmm. And so we have the Family Center, we have MASK, we have the Bermuda Library that will be present, the Bermuda Archives, Bermuda is Love, and Treehouse. And then we have a few other vendors that will be selling their rears. I don't have the names of those vendors because Rashida is organizing that part, but at least I can share those helping services.
All right. I actually like that. It is with a twist. It's a twist.
Yeah, it's a solution based, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if we're talking about difficult things, where we have challenges having the actual conversations, those agencies are out there to support you.
Yeah, that's incredible. And one of the first of its kind I've known to do something like that.
We did it at our day of racial healing. We did, and some of the same services were out. So I think it's gonna grow. It's a trend that's gonna grow. It's important that we know our nonprofits and our helping services, and interact with them more.
Nice. Thank you for that. Well, we did ask the audience, had anyone on stream heard of this event taking place? And Lydia Simmons said yes. Karen Edward Simmons said yes. Kathy Delheming said heard nothing about it. Nicole Walker said no, first I'm hearing of it. And Polly Rich says yes, she did hear about it. So I'm glad the majority seem to have heard about it, but hopefully those who didn't will get out to support the event. But in speaking of that, like for people who might be hesitant because these are heavy topics, right? Or feel like, these conversations are just too heavy, they don't want to be a part of it. What would you say to encourage them to attend and listen and to engage?
Well, this is actually the event to attend, right? Because we're not going to stop and have you participate in the conversation unless you want to. There will be a question and answer session towards the end, but this is for you to come and listen and learn. And so there is no pressure on you to actually join the conversation. So this is probably one that you want to come to.
Indeed. And just remind people, where's it taking place, when it's taking place, and your time?
So it's at Bermuda Underwater Exploration Institute in the Trade Winds Theater. It starts at 6. The presentations start at 6:45, but you can engage with the vendors prior to that. There's like short presentations from each of these speeches. And then, like I said before, a question and answer session before the end of the evening.
All righty. We've got a question from the audience. Michael Daniels is asking, does Curb videotape any of your meetings and functions?
So this one actually will be taped. I learned from Rashida last night that it will be recorded. Sometimes we do not record some of our community conversations because it's personal experience and challenging conversations at times where we have to keep confidentiality of our audience. However, when we can, we do record.
All right. Just a reminder, what date is it again?
It's the 10th.
July 10th. All right. This is awesome. We're grateful. Thank you so much for making time to let us know what's going on. Again, so many things I didn't know until I was an adult. I don't know about you, Mia, but I didn't know the name Mary Prince.
The same for me, right?
Same.
Yeah. Yes, these conversations are helpful. Thank you to Sankofa and Rashida, and thanks to Curb for making sure that there's availability. But also, I'm a fan of the whole vendors, how you're approaching the vendors market thing. I'm service based. I think our community, as I shared on Twitter yesterday, Teo did a story yesterday on depression in Bermuda. And just a few days prior to that, I was talking to someone and I asked them a question, and the response was because Bermudians are depressed. I don't think people understand how his history actually is the foundation of some depression.
It weighs on you. It is oppressive, right? If we don't find ways to respond to the trauma that has happened, then we will continue on this trajectory, unfortunately.
Indeed. Stacey-Lee Williams from Curb, thank you so much for joining us. Look forward to a very positive and successful event. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
No problem. All righty, folks, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. You don't want to miss this. We've got the Hey, Gunner, man, Gunner's making an appearance. Maybe Gunner can answer this question when you come back. But we've got the Daily Play coming up. You don't want to miss this. Where's she pushing? Gunner, man, say good morning to everybody.
Good morning.
There you go. Don't miss it, folks. We're going to come back after this. But in the meantime, give us a like, love, follow, share the link with your friends, your family, your colleagues. And we've got a Daily Play. I want to see how many of you get this, because you didn't get last week. It was Maine. I forget what the question was, but it was Maine. We got another one.
Tourism capital of the world or something.
It was, yeah, something.
Something about
it was something to do with like beaches or something like, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, this one's similar, but I think easier. Don't go anywhere.
Okay.
But show us some love in the meantime.
Dreaming of expanding your business? With BDC's Loan Guarantee Program, we support your ambitions. Get up to 75% guarantee on bank or credit union loans up to $300,000. Just your vision and our support. Apply today and unlock new business opportunities. BDC, Bermuda business starts here.
Considering the increasing challenges faced by financial institutions, the need for insurance protection is a critical component of the risk management framework. At Friesenbrook, our priority is to safeguard your assets with the most optimal, cost-effective risk management cover to help protect your business, whether it be cyber, directors and officer liability, professional indemnity, or property insurance. Call us on 296-3600 to learn more about our full suite of competitive corporate insurance products. At Friesenbrook, we provide insurance you can count on.
Get ready for the Emancipation Edition, an evening of powerful voices and vibrant culture. Presented by Sankofa Bermuda and Curb, this event brings short, impactful conversations on history, culture, and community. Join us Thursday, July 10th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at BUEI. Tickets are just $35 and available now at ptix.pm. Come curious, leave inspired, and don't forget to bring cash for our amazing vendors. Let's educate, inspire, and challenge together.
Looking for the best care for your pets? Novazok Feed and Supply has everything you need, from top quality foods to toys and supplies. We've got it all. Join our frequent buyer program and earn rewards every time you shop. Plus, we've been awarded the Clever Customer Initiative program for helping you save more. And don't forget, we open an hour early on Saturdays so you can get a head start on your pet care. Visit us today or shop online for easy pickup or delivery. Your pets will thank you.
At Umami, we don't just sell spices, we spark something bigger. We believe food isn't just fuel, it's connection, it's tradition, it's joy. Our dream? To help you eat better, love louder, and maybe even start a little food revolution. One home-cooked, flavor-packed meal at a time. Because cooking isn't just a chore, it's an act of love. Umami Spice. Gather, cook, connect.
Ready, welcome back. We've got the Ghana man, Mia, myself. Just want to give a big shout out and thanks to Stacey-Lee Williams and Curb, Sankofa Bermuda, Rashida. Thank you so much to them for trusting this platform to have these discussions. Big shout out to the BAC Group of Companies, Medical Centers, People's Pharmacy, and of course HSBC Bermuda for ensuring that we can pump through the radio airwaves on Hot 107.5 for these important community conversations. It's time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Bermuda Trivia, now available at stores throughout Bermuda. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. All right, it's a name that plays today. And last week, Charles is right. He's right. It was something about Maine's license plate, what their license plate said. Yes, Charles, thank you for that. All right, here's the question, audience. We're going to stick with the U.S.
Oh, no.
All right. This is easy, actually. I know this answer. I thought about it. The Grand Canyon is located in what state?
Nevada.
Nevada. Utah.
Nevada, Utah.
California. Nevada. Where's Nevada in? What's wrong with us? Where is it? Where's the Grand Canyon?
Someone got it. Julie, Arizona.
Arizona.
Arizona. Wow. Yeah. Anika DeShield said Arizona. Charles H. said
in Arizona. Wow.
So I know that you can fly there on helicopter from Vegas. So when you said Nevada, I was like, oh, that.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's in Arizona. Wow, who knew?
That's close.
Arizona. Well, someone else thought it was Nevada. Stacey Ann Brown said Las Vegas. She thought it was Nevada, but yeah,
that's so interesting.
Arizona it is.
I lost the straw.
Yeah, Arizona, says Suzanne Ingham. Yeah, it's Arizona, the Grand Canyon. Well, have you been to the Grand Canyon, Mia?
Clearly not, because I didn't know where it was.
Sorry, right? Silly question. She's like,
but I have been to Arizona, and I absolutely loved it. I went to Tucson and Sedona, and Sedona is just like, wow, incredible. So actually, it doesn't really surprise me that it is an Arizonian destination, the Grand Canyon. Have you been, Jamal?
To Grand Canyon? No, Arizona. Well, yeah, I've been to Arizona to I don't know that area is called. When my mom was diagnosed with cancer, that's where we met. But I went over to Hoover Dam when I went on a helicopter in Vegas, and they offered rides to the Grand Canyon. But nah, we don't need to go too far. Just go over to Hoover Dam, get me right back to, we don't need to do that. We're good. We're good. Look, good conversation today, Mia. We spoke about the environment up at Southlands, protecting Southlands, and then the conversation with Stacey-Lee. Let's wrap it up. Final thoughts on this morning's discussion, and then the daily focus with Stacey.
Well, the daily discussion this morning was obviously very close to my heart, and I think close to all of our hearts in regards to, protecting Southlands and our natural resources in Bermuda, and not paving paradise and putting up a parking lot. And one thing that we didn't mention is that if you'd like to object to this planning, you can actually go to gov.bm and you can actually object to the planning. It's kind of tricky, but we can maybe post. Well, follow me on Instagram and follow Cassine, and it will tell you everything that you need to know about objecting if you're interested in that. Or you can obviously, of course, write a letter to the editor. I think everybody had great feedback. We need natural spaces, and we need to really work with our natural spaces as opposed to just demolishing them. As far as speaking with Stacey-Lee and Curb, I'm excited. I'm going to go next week. I think it's amazing. I actually have never attended a Curb event, I am ashamed to say, but I will absolutely be attending this one. I think it's going to be incredible, very informative. And like you, Jamal, when I was younger, this was not something that I was ever kind of highlighted to me at school. And when I went to Jorday Hassel's show, I Am Because You Are, that was done at the National Gallery about 5 or 6 years ago. It's when it really highlighted to me, the Bermuda's history, and I learned a lot, and that's really sparked my journey, and I continue to want to learn and know and engage more. So I'm excited for it's next Thursday, right, at the BUEI. So I'm excited for that.
Indeed.
Work.
Thank you so much for your passion and love for the environment. Progressed in this conversation this morning. I think we have to be lifelong learners, and we have to be more conscious when we get the information and learn things. My hope is that the government listens. Honestly, my hope is that they listen to those who have concerns, and don't just listen to them, but take on the information they're giving you. Sometimes we have to humble ourselves and understand that we're not the experts in all things, right? So I'm hopeful that we'll get the results that protect our environment without interfering with progress. As far as the conversation with Stacey, I definitely appreciate that they are continuing to do this. But I think one of the most amazing things about what she said is the kind of vendors for me that are going to be there. So along with the information that's going to be discussed, things that you're going to have access to, it's, hey, look, we understand that people might need counseling services. They may need, family assistance. Those are the kind of things that really help drive our community forward. So I'm grateful to those who continue to create spaces for our community to heal together, whether it's through information or through services that are needed. Before Mia does the daily inspiration, I want to just say, man, I did a stretch session for the first time ever in my life yesterday. I don't know if you've done a stretch session, folks, but it was different from yoga. Like, they stretched my body in ways I didn't think I could still do at 43. But if you've never done it, go get do it, because my issue is when I work out mornings, I don't have time to stretch because I'm always rushing to get ready for the show. So hey man, go check a stretch session if you can. Big up to Juggling Jason Ford, who recommended this place for me to go to.
Amazing. Yeah, stretching is life. Stretching, you got to take your time and take care of your body, take care of the environment, take care of the community, take care of social responsibility, and knowing about the historical legacy of where you live.
Mia, we have a birthday apparently today. We have Sir John's 90th, huh?
Wow.
Sir John Swan turns 90. Wow. So we want to definitely send big birthday greetings out to Sir John. He has
Happy birthday, Sir John.
Go ahead, sing to Sir John, Gunnar.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sir John. And I think Kathy Dell Hayward Ming as well. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday to you.
There you go. Happy birthday to Sir John, one of Bermuda's most recognizable names, faces, and our only living national hero. Mia, do you have any daily inspiration for us?
I do, actually. The daily inspiration today is when the last tree has been cut down, the last fish caught, the last river poisoned. Only then will we realize that one cannot eat money.
Ooh, that hit. That hit. Oh, so timely.
Very.
Yeah. Well, folks, we've got to say peace out. There will be no live show tomorrow. We'll be back on Monday. Of course, there's an American Independence holiday tomorrow, so there will be no live show. But if you haven't already, just do us that huge favor we ask you. Honestly, it costs you nothing. There's way too many of you watching not to see the support showing. So whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, YouTube, or LinkedIn, give us a like, love, follow, share the link with your friends, family, colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve the community. Thanks again to our partners, the BAC Group of Companies, Monocos, Lindos, People's Pharmacy, and HSBC Bermuda for ensuring that we can pump through the radio airwaves on Hot 107.5 with these important community conversations. As always, we appreciate you. We love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you on Monday. He's Gunnar, she's and I'm Jamal. Please do make it a safe and a great day. We are out.
Bye, everyone. Peace.